Wilson, they going wild down in Soho. One was black and the other was like her polio. Younger than you with a Maybach. Bentley. Finna got in the gently. Ain't been friends with these. Cause when I was down out of so had sympathy. But that's how I go when you broke. Now I'm like mistletoe.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Oakland Raiders. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
Detroit! Detroit!
A first carry now for Alex Collins. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Here we go. Green 39! Green 39!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Drops it underneath for Collins. Even with that broken tackle, can't go very far. Stops short of the 30. It'll be a gain of 4, and they're going to have a 3rd down. They'll try to run forward with Collins. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
They'll set up to throw, and he rifles one incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
On 2nd down, Collins. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. Is good for 14 there and a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The big man, Jarrell Casey, in on the stop.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And they'll run him here. And not even back to the line of change this time as they're on him quickly once more. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up 4th down. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Call it a gain of 5. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this will be caught at the 30. On 3rd down, that is a big-time play for the Raiders. 45 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Right, Chief.
Now Mack. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Throwing now is Carr. His throw caught right around the 6. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, he'll have to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Here we go. Down. You waiting?
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some?
And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. It's the fullback, his second touchdown on the season, and the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with a fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, right?
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. They run with Collins, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They go play action here on 1st down. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked.
Here we go now. 3-19.
He'll drop to throw. Quick hitch, complete. It's King. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw here. Got a man on the right sideline. It's King. That one goes for 24 yards. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Former Buckeye first-rounder Garyon Conley there to knock that away.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. It's 1st and 10 at the 14.
Over!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Alex Collins, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are in for 6. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Carr now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
7:34. That boy's got 4 down. Now, wide 85.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. Flush to his right. He's got him in. Complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Shotgun now for Carr. Escaping the pressure, gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Two minutes remain here in the first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Somebody missed an assignment. He was waving his arms saying, hey, I'm wide open. They found him.
You think? You think? I mean, he was so wide open. Did you see he was just windmilling like he was Don Quixote or somebody out there? And then they found him for a really nice game.
And they see right through that defensively, as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. He'll look to throw. Broken tackle. And he completes it to Westbrook. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Out of the gun now on third down. Buying time to his left. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
694. Purdue.
On second down, here's Carr. He's going to wind up and air it out. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. They'll begin the drive with Collins. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front, as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchdown. Back.
No. Check. Patriot.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll make it second down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
All right, now, lucky 56.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And bulldozing his way through. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The Raiders on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. He'll have a first down past the 40 as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now they try the right side here. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Now a carry for Mack. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Incomplete.
When everything is in sync on defense, that means everyone's communicating really well, and sometimes it's nonverbal. They just know that when a receiver's in one spot, this person may have him, and he's in another spot, the next defender may have him. And they've squeezed the passing lanes down to where it's so difficult to find an open area to deliver the football. They've made it tough on him all game long.
And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. This quarterback now 3 out of 5 since taking over as he's given his guys a first down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now back to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him up the middle. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. The drive starts with a run by Collins. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Ravens on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw now on 1st down. And the Raiders have got him. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. Now he'll be hit from behind, and he is landed on hard.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And not his best effort there, as this one's going to be spotted down just outside of the 40-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them, not easily.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll set up a throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They'll run with Mack, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 3rd down, that's Mack. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Ravens taking the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now with the game, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They'll look to throw here. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. I throw, but the catch is made. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Terrell Basham in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Detroit! Looking to throw. The open man is Westbrook. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Collins. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards on the play. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On play action, they'll throw. And he'll be grabbed from behind and slung down like a rag doll. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. That one looks like he'll throw here. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll set up to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. Here now, Johnny Townsend as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. He's going to field this at the 4. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now here come the Ravens. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times, and now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A big play there in the final minute. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. And he's got it up and through. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So out come the Raiders. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. He'll look to throw. Being chased out left. His throw incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw. And that's caught inside the 35. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Detroit!
Here's Matt. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Detroit!
He'll drop to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Ravens, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first win of the season here in Week 4. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.